Have you ever felt like people only remember you when they need something? Maybe it's a friend who only calls when they're broke, a colleague who always wants help but never returns the favor, or even family who take your time, your energy, and your kindness for granted. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today I'm going to share a powerful story about someone who faced the exact same problem, and more importantly, how he stopped being used by others. Along the way, we'll also talk about the steps you can take to protect yourself, set boundaries, and finally be valued for who you are. Not just what you give. Stay with me until the end, because this lesson might just change the way you see yourself and the people around you. There was once a young man named Tom. Tom was known as the helpful one. If someone needed money, he gave it, even if it meant skipping his own meals. If a colleague was struggling at work, he stayed late to fix their problems, even if his own deadlines were ruined. If a friend wanted a ride, Tom dropped everything, no matter how tired he was. At first, this gave him a sense of pride. People called him dependable, reliable, even the nicest guy in the group. But slowly, Tom started noticing something painful. When he was the one in need, the room grew silent. When he fell sick, no one checked in. When he needed help moving houses, suddenly everyone was busy. And when he finally asked for support, people gave excuses or disappeared altogether. That's when he realized he wasn't loved for who he was. He was valued only for what he could give. One night, Tom sat alone in his room, exhausted. He looked at his phone, full of unanswered messages he had sent out asking for help. None of his so-called friends had replied. He thought to himself, "Why do I give so much yet feel so empty?" That moment changed him. He realized that kindness is a gift, but if you give it without boundaries, people will treat it like something cheap. The very next day, when a colleague asked him to stay late again to finish their work, Tom smiled and said, "I'm sorry, I can't. I have my own deadlines." At first, people were shocked. Some even got angry. But slowly, something amazing started to happen. The users, the ones who only wanted to take, began to fade away. And the few who truly cared about him, the ones who checked in without wanting anything in return, stayed. Tom's life didn't become lonely. It became peaceful. Now, let's pause the story here because what happened to Tom is something almost all of us go through. And if you're tired of being used, here are some lessons you can apply in your own life. Notice the pattern. Look carefully at your relationships. Do people only reach out when they need something? Do they disappear when you need help? That's not friendship, that's use. Set boundaries. You don't owe everyone your time, money, or energy. Saying no doesn't make you rude. It makes you strong. Start small. If someone asks for something that drains you, politely decline. Test relationships. Try asking for help back. Real friends will show up even if it's inconvenient. Users will vanish the moment they can't benefit from you. Protect your energy. Imagine your energy like a phone battery. If you let everyone drain it, you'll run out of power for yourself. Recharge first. Give only what you can afford to give. Learn to value yourself. People treat you the way you allow them to. If you act like your time and energy are worthless, others will too. Respect yourself and others will follow. Think about this. The friend who only calls when they need to borrow money. The coworker who constantly forgets deadlines and expects you to cover for them. The relative who guilt trips you into doing things for them, but never asks about your life. These aren't accidents. These are patterns. And once you see them clearly, you can decide, do I want to keep giving to people who only take? At first, saying no feels uncomfortable. You may feel guilty. You may even lose some people. But remember, if someone leaves your life because you stopped letting them use you, they were never truly there for you. The people who remain will be the ones who value you, not just your help. So let me ask you, are you tired of being used? Then take this lesson from Tom's story. Be kind, but don't be a doormat. Give, but don't give until you're empty. And most importantly, respect yourself, because when you do, others will have no choice but to respect you too. Remember, kindness should never mean being used. If you found this story helpful, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more powerful life lessons. Take care of yourself because you matter.